Yeah, this some agbametala right here. Yeah, it's just the season, spring. Just kind of past the spring season. I just came here to the Nettle community. I mean, that's what I call them, Nettle community. Why? Because there are so many Nettles in this area. That's what people call the stinging nettles, right? You can see why did they call them the stinging nettles? Because they do sting. These beautiful plants got my attention by kind of through sting like a couple of years ago, and I've been kind of make friendship with these beautiful plants. Stinging nettle is an amazing plant. I've done a lot of research about it. I think in the Yoruba culture, the Yoruba arbors, things that they probably grow in Africa as well. Find out this is called in Yoruba language. This plant thing is called ewe eshishi. I mean, they used to have sayings like ewe shishi cooking journey lemeji. That's in Yoruba science, which means you don't want to get stung by stinging nettle twice. It's like she only need to sting you once and she's got all your attention. I mean, that's what happened to me. So yeah, it's a beautiful plant. At least the season here, and if you look around, they're just amazing. They're out here. I came here to kind of get some of them because of the nutrients these beautiful plants actually contains. From my research, from my personal experience of using them for the last couple of years now, I've seen some kind of clarity in the way I think. So this plant is being traditionally used for so many. I mean, from nutritional point of view, anyway, it's been said that it contains one of the highest amount of magnesium you can find in any land plants. Should I repeat that? It's been said it contains one of the highest amounts of magnesium you can find in any plant. It's a very dark green vegetable, so it's wide. I mean, it's free, wide wilderness. Wide means untamed. It's wide. It's free. It's free to grow. It's always been known that wild plants are always kind of have more superior nutrients compared to the cultivated ones. So this area is just full of nettles, and kind of give thanks for the Most High, the Creator, for giving us these plants, knowing that we're gonna need them, and it's just right here. So as I was saying about the nutritional aspect of this thing, it's been said that it contains a lot of wide spectra of nutrition. I mean, vitamin minerals like magnesium, as I mentioned earlier. Like say it contains calcium, because if you check the relativity cycle, how these plants relate to each other, you can understand why. This is a whole food plant, which means contains spectra of minerals like magnesium, like calcium, like iron, so many things. Contains chlorophyll, one of the highest amount of chlorophyll as well you can find in land plants. This is bioavailable minerals. Bioavailable might contain silica as well, never know. But a lot of trace minerals as well. A lot of trace minerals. The kind of minerals this plant contains is endless. Whether you come through the scientific community, and you can see, people can test and can see the results of using this beautiful plant for so many illness, things that has to do with so many imbalance things that has to do with prostate is being used to treat prostate disease, you know. And we all know a lot of men right, in UK, black men in particular suffer from a lot of prostate. But we need to bear in mind that what is good for prostate is going to be good for women as well. Like the prostate aspect of the men could be traced back to the uterus of the women. So if this plant is kind of good to treat prostate disease, then that should be good to treat uterus problems as well. Kind of imbalance. Specific to females, you know, to women. So women and men can use it. It's an whole food plant, contains different amount of nutrition in relative forms, and it's kind of bioavailable, bioassimilable, and biodigestible to the body. It's something that the body can utilize, can recognize and use, can utilize. So it's used to treat so many ailments, used to treat so many imbalance in the body. You know, it's a core, it's a plant that gives you some that kind of core energy. So it's good for prostate, you know, and you know, when we have prostate disease, we're talking about brain too. So because as above, so below, whatever is affecting the brain up there will be affecting the brain down there, you know. And I'm talking about male reproductive system, you know. Male reproductive system is a brain, is a lower brain, and you have the higher brain up there. So if you apply this to treat prostate, be sure that will make kind of relativity, some kind of a connection or resonance with the upper brain, you know. So that will include memory. So that will be able to, be used to treat memory problems or memory challenges in male and female. So it's a plant that's been used to treat so many things. It's organic. It's organic right here. It doesn't carry organic certification, but it's coming right from Mother Nature, you know. Coming right from, I really give thanks for having Mother Nature. It's always something to look forward to. I was there last year, now I'm back now. Always something to look forward to, you know. So the nettle, you know, nettle stinging nettle, it's just an amazing plant. Yeah, it's amazing because you get stung as well. You know, that's one of the amazing things about it. You get stung so that you respect plants. So when you say plant society, the plant community, you give them respect. You know, you got to ask them nice. You got to ask them respectively to get their nutrition. It's like I come here if I want to get some nettles, not like I've done earlier, but I couldn't record this video because I was staying there. I have to ask them I have to give them the reason why I came here to get the nutrition. So I give them I let them know the reason why. I just didn't come here to just destroy anything. I came here humbly, and I asked them in my humble way to release the nutrients so that I can use it for nutritional purposes. You know, maybe I can use it in tea form. I can use it in, you know, dry them and use them in tea form. I can just use them. If I have more time, I'll make a video. I'll use them because but you don't really have to wait for me. There's a lot of videos on different ways of get other videos that show you how to use nettle, you know, maybe in the form of juice, you know, green juice. You know, it's a super plant with ample, generous amount of chlorophyll. So we really give thanks to Mother Nature, give thanks to the Most High for giving us plants all over the world, you know. A friend of mine was talking about how beautiful this plant could be because it's compared to moringa. And we just discussed about this earlier. In Europe, we have plenty nettle. Maybe you don't have moringa in Europe. So if you live in the tropical area, you get moringa. But because the Most High know we're going to be living all over the planet, there are always plants that are available in different parts of the world that the inhabitants can make use of. As they say, the leaves of the tree, as in the scripture it says, the leaf of the tree will be the healing of the nations. You know, it doesn't matter what nation. Do you hear that? Of the nations, not just one nation. So any nation that apply the wisdom of ancient principles in line, online with Mother Nature, it's gonna be good. We're gonna be good with it, So yeah, prostate things that have to do with prostate challenges. Things that have to do. People have used this plant to stimulate the follicle to make them that. For growing of hair, as above so below, growing of hair, a lot of people are using it to create luster, to make the hair shiny and to grow bud patches, which all these things requires patience and focus and dedication and determination and all that. Your hair ain't gonna grow just in one day, but if you do this religious, you're gonna see results. I'm seeing results with mine. That's why I'm really hungry for this. I came back here to get more nettoes, to get more nettoes. So hair problems, skin problems. For something to be helping you in this area I'm talking about, like skin, hair problems, they might have to contain calcium, like silica, maybe magnesium. All these things are all beauty, maybe biotin, I'm not sure, but for something to rejuvenate your skin, they have to contain the beauty elements like I just mentioned, and plus much more, not just calcium alone, because no plant is an island, no man is an island, no island is an island either. Everything is about the collective responsibility and the collectivity of everything. All plants work together, That's why I call this area the Nettle community. Is a very awesome area to be around this time of the year. So if you live in an area that contains Nettle, study them, give them respect, honor them, ask them the reason why you're here to get some of their energy, and they will release their energy to you based on your vibration. They will help you. They will help you. It says there in Revelation, the Revelation 2:2. Chapter 22 verse 2 says that I think the leaves of the tree will be the healing of the nations. It says in Ezekiel as well. Whereas I can't remember what part in Ezekiel as well. It is saying in Genesis as well, that God said, I have given you the plants bearing seeds. All those plants that grows upon the surface of the earth, they shall be your food. Including nettle, including stinging nettles. I had this last year to make some vegetable soup. It tastes different. It tastes like more raw, more tough leaves, unlike what you buy in stores where the leaves are just. You could tell this is really wide, because wide plants always grow differently. They go deep to go and pick up nutrition, to go and pick up available minerals in the soil and in the skin of Mother Earth to nourish us, so that we humans can come around and ingest some of them. And it's just about knowing them. Just like everything, you have to study everything. So if you come around, you have to know what stinging nettle is, and if you don't, you're gonna get no. She won't get your attention through stinging you, so that you know what's stinging it. So the next time you see stinging it, you know what's up. So it's a beautiful plant right here. They grow along the the black raspberry. That's the black raspberry leaf there. The season when you're gonna be able to see the blackberry leaves. The blackberry leaves. It's about see all those things. So in the next couple of months, they will still pop up into very black raspberry, which I'm kind of waiting for. See, that's what I like about it. This gives you something to look forward to. Just like the Asian people did. You always have something to look forward to. You don't have black raspberry every day. So that body is programmed to be like that, for every season, so it's good. It's good to have it like that. Look at them, man. These are the Nettle community. I call them. So you can do your own research, about the healing and the nutritive aspect of this beautiful stinging entity called stinging nettles. It's a beautiful entity, you know. They're all over the place at this time of the year. So if you live in the area, take advantage and give thanks, right? So remember, do the research about the nutritive aspect, the nutritional information. You'll be amazed by what this plant actually bring into the service based on how far they can travel into the skin of mother earth, into the heart, to pick up some nutrition in form of iron, in form of calcium, in form of magnesium, in form of probably silicon, in form of boron, all these things, you know. Chlorophyll is just obvious. Chlorophyll is obvious. And I heard the stinging part even produce histamine, which is quite good for so many problems, like which could be applied to so many problems, like like arthritis and things like joint problems, you know. Say you can have in tea form and drink it religiously, that can actually reduce arthritis problems like bone problems, you know. So I can reason with that because of the presence of calcium as well, because calcium has a calming effect, calm, to be calm, yeah. So so something that calms the body down will surely calms the brain down as well. So you might drink the Nettle and you feel sleepy because of the presence of the calcium in the plant. So I'm just trying to make this share, but I'm just excited about having the stinging nettles, you know. I've got some in my bag that I just took, and I'm probably gonna juice them or dry them. It depends on what my mood is, but my mood is right here now, you know. It's just right. I'm really loving this plant, you know. I'm really loving this plant. I could show you some that I get in my bag, you know. There are some I got in my bag, so I'm gonna show you that one I got in my bag now. You can see that I've been around here trying to get more of that. That's the one I got in my bag, you know. That's the stinging nettles there, man. You see? So yeah, so take advantage what's around you, man, and always give thanks. Remember, leave some. Don't just take everything. When you actually harvesting stinging nettles, make sure that you just you take the top so that the other one can grow back, for other people to come around, and for other living organisms like animals that actually ingest nettles as well. So always remember them. Don't take everything. Yeah, don't take everything, man. Leave some behind and look forward, right? And when you finish taking them, give thanks, as I'm giving thanks now. So I give thanks to the Most High. Yes, oh my Metala. I share.